Well, I think my motivation changed throughout the years. First, I think my motivation came from wanting to do things right and wanting to go by the rules and being, I suppose I was very moralistic, and I thought, doing things that, living my life in a way that bothers other people and the future generations, but animals and nature. I thought, I was very had this sort of conservation motive, wanting to preserve the earth for children to come. And because I can analyze well and sort of smart enough, I saw all the consequences of my own acts. So that was my motivation. And then because I even studied to become an environmental psychologist to understand people's behavior and how people might change their behavior to live in a more sustainable way. I found out that for most people it doesn't work like that. So in 2010 I lived all year off barter agreements with people. So I got food from people who grow food or who trade organic food, and I would do something for them, and in exchange for that I could live my life without money. And this I did not because I wanted to live even more sustainably. I did this for a very personal reason, because I wanted to become more creative in my work, in my professional life. I wanted to have even more freedom and do things that matter to me, and do things that suit me, that I would happily give, and not just be I was an academic sitting all day long at my computer desk and writing stuff, and I wanted to interact more. And then, because of the living without money, my footprint, shrunk, because all the agreements were very local, and I wouldn't travel a lot, and unless I was invited. And at the same time, so I experienced becoming even more sustainable. At the same time, I experienced really a very nice increase of my quality of life, because my life became everything became very personal, because of all the personal agreements I had. So my relationships, the circle of friends in my direct environment really expanded, and life became so much more simple in a nice way. It was as if this kind of buzz was disappearing, the buzz of 1,000 choices a day. To begin with, I had two sources of food, a restaurant and a farm. And the organic shop, the organic store, was reluctant at first to join in, because, we don't have that much to spare, and I don't know if we can help you. But then they found out that it wasn't about an agreement that would have been sound or balanced in euros. It wasn't as if I would work there for 4 or 5 hours and I would expect food worth of maybe 50 euros or something. I was just wanting to do something that I would enjoy and that they would enjoy, and in return I would take whatever they could spare. So there's something very nice about having a relationship with someone that doesn't run through money, because I could rely on that. I didn't have to worry about my money running out, so I felt very safe. And that's I heard someone say in a film called Economics of Happiness, that I think she's an anthropologist, and she says that quality of life is very much to do with how many people do you have around you that you can rely on. And I knew at the same time, and that's important for self-worth, I knew I wasn't getting it gratuit, I wasn't getting it for nothing. I was working very hard for it. But it's also nice to sometimes, be able to have the money and get the service or get the product. But these days, it feels as if everything is, if you need money to do anything, and every economic activity is awarded in euros. And for instance, yesterday when we were reading the newspapers about Geert Wilders, this political figure in the Netherlands, and our government has been running for about a year now, so we have a lot of sort of evaluative articles in the newspapers. And if you read it, it makes me sad, because everything is formulated in terms of whether something has become subsidized or not, whether something has cost money, and I think that's just a very narrow-minded way of looking at the society, whether we can give money to something. In the Western world, we're all super happy that we've become as individualistic as we have. Only now we're sort of, this is kind of overshoot, and individualism has become loneliness. It's so nice to be able to give what you like to give, to be creative, use your talents, and then just trust that the group will take care of you. And that's something I experienced last year, and that was very, very nice. Gave me a lot of peace of mind.